Hustling longer doesn't mean getting more done. Our brains are not wired to work nonstop. Meet Rachelle. At her old job as an accountant, the scoreboard was simple. You were valuable if your timesheet said you suffered. Now, while Rachelle happens to be an accountant, this mindset isn't unique to accounting. It's an epidemic across industries. So whether you're an accountant or not, see if you can see yourself in Rachelle's story. She was given the privilege to work 10 to 12 hour days. Demanded she bill every 15 minutes, take a bathroom break, and your bonus took a hit. If you paused to structure your work, you were less than. Friends with partners got a longer leash. Parents, especially moms, got a shorter one. Now, Rachelle is a hard worker, but this work environment, which is more typical than not, can wear down even the hardest of workers. She started wondering, maybe I'm just not smart enough. Maybe I can't do this. That is what the grind does. She thought maybe she actually was incompetent, when really she was just exhausted. The breaking point came when she did what the firm told her. She put in the time. Wait your 2 years. But it wasn't just wait. She worked her tail off. First year passes, keep working. Here comes year 2. With the promotion coming soon, she was able to stay motivated to keep trucking through. Year 2 came and gone. Any day now, they'll give me that promotion they promised. Year 3 cruised on by. And at the 3.5-year mark, she went to speak with her assigned mentor. Her mentor could barely even remember her name. He had no feedback. He provided her no path. Just the request to work more hours. It just isn't a very compelling option. She had seen posts from our company about our work-life harmony, about our culture, and she said, well, isn't that a crock of crap? Everyone says they value their employees, but they never show it. So she told me it all seemed too good to be true. What happened to Rachelle isn't just an accounting story. Swap out the calculator for a laptop, a headset, or a toolbox, and you're gonna find the same pattern everywhere. Promotions dangled like carrots. Leaders who say they value people but only measure hours. Promises of family culture that only reward hours worked. Now, this isn't about one firm, and it's not even about Insight, even though Insight is amazing. It's about highlighting the way we work isn't working. The system most industries run on is broken. Now, she did eventually join our team, but only with the desire to prove that we were full of crap so she could call us out on it. She was so disenchanted with her past firm that she wanted one last experience she could use to leave the industry and her formal training and move on with her life. Now, I wish I could tell you she transformed on day one, because at Insight, we push for work-life harmony. We follow the 3.3 rule. Despite the signs around her and the messages we shared of not burning yourself out and keeping hours under control, she followed her old blueprint. For most of year 1, her old mentality fought back. Work through lunches, work weekends, have your email on your phone. Ryan, our COO, he was walking by one day and asked Rachelle what she was doing. And she said, I'm putting my email on my phone. And he was like, why? Well, I have to work. He told her to take it off her phone. It's not necessary to be available 24/7. Now, quick side note. In 20 years of doing this work, not once have I seen a life-threatening emergency caused by someone's accounting. We love our clients. We deliver top-notch service, just like you do in your business. But we also believe we're allowed to have a life outside of work, and that includes freedom from 24/7 client access. Being told she didn't have to be available all the time was maybe the first time it clicked that Insight is serious about their work-life harmony culture. The second one came during busy season. March 15th is a business filing deadline, which makes it really busy for accountants as they race against the clock to file business returns while navigating the flood of phone calls from the business owners that procrastinated, hoping they can still get their return filed by the deadline. At Insight, we have an annual tradition of renting a mountain and having a family sledding day. Rachelle said, obviously I wasn't going because I was grinding. I'm just going to work. I told her we would really love you to take a break and join us. I guess the pressure she felt from me as the CEO outweighed the pressure she felt to work nonstop. So she did come to our sledding event. She actually recalled, I couldn't believe that in the middle of busy season, we were going to do this thing, but it was actually so fun. I felt the family and community vibe, and I was surprised. She said like, oh my gosh, I'm actually ready to work again. I felt rejuvenated. Hello, 3.3 rule. That moment mattered, not because sledding is magical, because recovery is not a reward. It is part of the job. We stripped the nonstop input from her day. Email came off the phone. She started using simple guardrails, using a 15-minute timer to keep her ultra focused on reviewing tax returns, 2-week turnaround target for each return so clients weren't chasing her for months, weekly check-ins to clients so the pipeline stayed clean. Focus, then a real break, repeat. And here's what happened in year 2 and after. She averaged about 42 hours a week during busy season. That is roughly a 25% cut from the 55-hour standard she was living under before. She did it while in her 3rd trimester. She did it while studying for the FAR section of the CPA exam, which is a terrible test if you haven't taken it. She was working fewer hours than her friends at her big firms. Her comp didn't drop. After she earned the CPA license, it went up. She received promotions with even higher compensation and higher increases. Client outcomes improved because the work was batched and focused. Most returns were shipped inside 2 weeks. Clients stopped nagging because they didn't need to nag her. One even emailed her a simple line you rarely hear in tax season. Thank you for keeping me in it. Here are the docs you need from me. That is what a system produces. Not more noise, just more done. Home life flipped too. The mom guilt that gnawed at her was replaced with actual presence. 2 to 3 hours with her kids every day. No daycare for the youngest because she and her dad can flex their schedules. They took multiple short vacations in a single month. She even taught her son what a healthy pause looks like. Hey, I need a 10-minute break, then we can go build Legos. She turned on the timer, reset, then back to living. More hours didn't create better results for Rachelle. Better structure around focus and recovery did. Focus, recover, repeat. That is how you grow without torching your life. I'm sure you can relate with her story. I wanted you to first see Rachelle's struggle, her hesitation, her disbelief that working less could actually work, because showing you how much her life improved once she tried it, because that's a real barrier. The hours, yeah, but also your belief to try a better way. That's a barrier that has to be overcome. Most of us have been marinating in a century of hustle, grind, hours on hours. Shaking that off doesn't happen in a day, but the moment you're willing to try, that's when the results will show up. Now, if you're still convinced the only path to growth is more hours, do this for a month. Cap focus blocks at 3 hours. Take a real break that is at least 20 minutes. Try removing work email from your phone or have it silenced after work hours. Track your actual output, then ask one question. Did the work move faster or slower? Rachelle already knows the answer, and now it's your turn. If you saw yourself in this story, here's your next step. Take the business efficiency assessment. It's 5 minutes. Best ROI of your time you could spend today, or this week, or this month, but do it today. You'll see where you might be leaking time, where you're strong, and where a few simple changes could completely shift how you work. Rachelle is a success story now, but the next one could be yours. Start by taking the assessment. And remember, take breaks, go faster.